All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Finally back on the air after a nice long hiatus from the show. Oh, crap. As you can tell on the screen, I got to make some adjustments here because...
Still Christmas?
Well, I just took down the Christmas decorations from the show, but like the first thing that popped up above my head is Eagles play San Francisco.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be a weird Super Bowl having 2 NFC teams, but yeah, let's go. I'll take a little February football.
I swear, literally right before we came on, the one thing I said to you was like, let's see if we remember how to do all this stuff.
When did they play San Francisco? That was months ago.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it was early season.
Yeah. So let me get that squared away. That's taken care of. All right. So, welcome back. We are the Booch and Pat Show. I am, as always, accompanied by the star of the show, the headliner.
Hey.
The headliner, Mr. Booch. How are we feeling today?
We are feeling good.
So it is our Super Show, our Super Sunday
edition,
the Super Bowl 56, right?
Yeah, 56.
I got to remember my Roman numerals. That's tonight at 6:30. We got a lot of stuff to cover.
6:30-ish.
6:30. I mean, because while we were setting up, all I hear in the background is like the NFL music going. I'm like, wait, what's happening?
Oh, they started pregame hours ago.
Yes. So anyway, let's rock it through some things to get the jargon out of the way. You can follow us on all of our social media accounts. We have, obviously, if you're watching, we're on Facebook, we have Instagram, iHeartRadio,
MySpace.
We don't have a MySpace.
Oh, goddamn! Tom hates us.
He was our first friend. But yeah, as always, you can find us on all of those different social media platforms. And of course, I mentioned the iHeartRadio app. You know, go on your smart device, anything, your Alexa, and say, "Play the Booch and Pat Show." And as long as you have iHeartRadio, boom, on it comes.
Let's go.
Weather forecast for the day?
It's snowing. It was 60 degrees yesterday. It's snowing today.
I know, and it's supposed to be like in the low to mid 60s this week, right?
It's going to be warm by Thursday again. Welcome to Pennsylvania.
I will say though, I do enjoy this type of snow.
It's not sticking on the.
It's sticking to cars and the grass.
Yeah, that's it.
The road, sidewalks, perfect.
It's a pretty snow.
Sure.
Nice little scenery.
Okay, sure. We can call it scenery. We can call it whatever you want.
It's not chaotic. You don't have the plows out. You don't have all that bullshit.
True. And
they're not creating potholes all over.
I'm just more in the mindset of like, at least I don't have to go shovel.
Exactly. I walked out. I'm like, we're good.
Yeah,
I'm going up to the bar.
Yeah.
Deuces.
Now I am looking at my streaming app right now, and we were having some technical difficulties getting the show up and running. I don't know if you are watching the feed or whatever. So if we're cutting in and out, we apologize. It's just the internet connection here, I guess. Everybody's jonesing to see what's going on in the world and seeing what's happening with sports, everything along those lines. So
everybody's trying to hop on the Booch and Pat Show today.
Just bear with us as we go. I did remember this time to record this whole thing, so if we do have issues, at least we still remember like the one time when we did the outstanding Eagles combo.
Yeah.
And like the whole show was lost. And it was great conversation.
That was a great episode too.
Yeah. All of it got lost because like
we had a little round table. Yeah.
Yeah. So I made sure to record this just in the event that something like that was to happen again.
And we will be doing that again, probably around draft time.
Yeah. That would be fun.
Oh yeah.
And also because one of our one of our social media accounts is YouTube, because for whatever reason, so that we could have people follow us on Facebook. I just don't understand what they do. They make it so difficult to just continue doing the things that you always do. For example,
like to change it up every day.
Like, for example, last time we did a show was our Christmas show, which was before Christmas, and obviously it's now February 13th, Desperation Day.
Desperation Day.
Now, ladies, guys out there, this is the day. Go get it in.
Booch is on the hunt.
But, so they change everything up. So, for whatever reason, all of our videos, every podcast that we've ever done, will get deleted off of our Facebook page.
Yeah, within a certain amount of time.
Within, I think 60 days or something. So, I make sure to save all the videos and put it on our Facebook page.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Or on our YouTube page.
Yeah.
So, you can always go back and check us out if you want to see our gorgeous-looking faces.
They probably don't, but
Yeah.
just listen to us.
Yes. Yes, and as you can hear, we got our crazy crew as we are broadcasting live from the Jenkintown VFW. Come on down, join us, do some gambling, have some beers. We got basketball on, coverage for the Super Bowl.
Tequila sunrises to get your day going.
Yeah. So obviously, we're talking that we had a nice hiatus and a break and stuff. One of the main reasons we had such a big break was because everybody got COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
Everybody had, we redid this show. We revamped it, brought it back. We had to learn how to do all of this streaming stuff that you see and everything like that because of the pandemic. We had nothing to do. Everybody was at home, and we jump-started the show again.
Yeah, we did it from our house when you were living with me, and it was fun.
Yeah. So here we are 2 years later, still going, and 2 years in is when everybody gets COVID.
It was bad because it was like the whole group of us got it.
Yeah, within days.
Yeah.
Like
all over Christmas.
Yeah, they weren't joking when it. I mean, now I'm not saying, it's not a real thing or anything like that. Nobody I know really got really sick. I think out of everybody, I think Danielle and Tim probably had it the worst because they were coughing a lot. I was perfectly fine, but I did lose my sense of smell and taste.
Yeah.
Finally came back. My sense of smell is still not 100%, which works in my favor for changing my son's diapers. She thinks it's selective.
I was pretty good. I was tired the one day, but whatever.
Yeah. But yeah, everybody.
It's all over.
Everybody ended up getting that, and then you had the holidays, the New Year. Just we were in playoff season for the NFL. Obviously, Eagles were not privy to all of the gloriness of
they were in the playoffs,
going the distance.
They were in the playoffs, though, which was a nice little surprise.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah,
Can't complain.
They got their ass kicked.
And then, of course, because the NFL season ended, that means fantasy football ended.
Oh my God!
Bam!
Oh, you had the ring on. Is your finger turning green right now? How much did that ring cost you? $40?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like $35, $40.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah.
That's not bad. Did guy let you see it?
Let me take a look at this bad boy.
Yeah.
It is definitely heavy.
Yeah, it's a nice ring.
I mean, if I had all my championship rings, I'd be Tom Brady.
Well, when I was talking to Gallo, I said,
it's a pretty nice ring though. I do like it.
Yeah, and it's their generic stock one. Big shout out to foxrings.com.
I think that was one of the websites I definitely saw.
Well, you can't really get a good look on the camera because it's not focused. It's too shiny. But
if me and Tim got all those rings, we would be filled up right here. We wouldn't know what to do with all the rings, all the championships we've had over the last decade.
But I did tell him. I said, after how easy this was to get, and it was relatively inexpensive. I mean, it's $40. Like whatever.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world.
Throwaway money.
Yeah. So, to us, that's throwaway money. To celebrities, that's like a quarter.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever. Yeah. But I told him. I said, for how easy this was and how nice it came out, I'm like, I kind of want to get one for the 2017 when we won.
Oh, my God.
And he's on board, so I think we're getting...
All right, well, if you guys do that, me and Tim are going to line up our fingers. 2009, 2011, 2013, let's go. We'll just keep on going.
Well, see, I was talking about getting them because it's like we only have 2 times that we've ever won. So it's not like I have to, go back and be like, all right, I got to start building out my fingers like you're talking. But it's fun. It was a good season. And now, for our fans that are watching or tuning in, you can always text us, call us. Number is 724-815-0667. I have no clue if the phone lines are up and running.
And that's just a normal...
I do have the... What's it called? Our Sunday Punchline. That's different. That's private. That always works.
Okay.
I just don't remember the number. And here we go. Number is 585-270-0705. You can text it. You can call it. It'll go to my phone and I'll see it. So that's always working. What else do we got? That's what I wanted to say. Because of fantasy football, we went into the championship against your sister, which I have to give congratulations to her and Patty because
first time
in they followed your cousin and Moser. First year in, went to the championship. They didn't win, but they went all the way. And your sister decided to make a bet because she swore.
What a stupid bet.
She swore that they were going to win, and Gal and I were like, okay, whatever.
And they had a good chance, but they did not listen to me. That's all right, though.
So the bet is, and I want all of our listeners, all of our fans, send us your messages. Send us whatever you think. Because the losing team...
the winning team...
The winning team gets to choose the team name of the losing team. Oh, you shared our screen.
I shared it. Oh, that was slow reacting.
Well, it's like I said. If we are lost or whatever, like who knows? We'll see what happens. But it is recording. But yeah, so we get to choose the team name for Casey and Patty. Their team name currently is Cox Blocks.
Yeah, I think so. Sounds right.
So we're trying to come up with. I did I did give Gallo like 3 different names, and they're like terrible.
Oh my God.
Like terrible. And then he's like, I love them. I'm like, yeah, I'm still trying to think of some better ones. I'm trying to figure out how to like incorporate the KKK or like Nazi party.
Yeah, you can't do that kind of stuff.
Well, that's what somebody said. They're like, dude, you can't do that. I said, the most that'll happen is ESPN says you can't use that name. Yeah. You have to change it. It's not like you get kicked out or whatever.
Just make something goofy.
Oh, no. But like the 3 that I have are just like they're bad. It has nothing to do with racism or Hitler or anything. It's just I was just trying to find like the most like awkward and like I'll show you afterwards some of the names I have. I don't want to show my hand. But if anybody out there thinks that they have a good team name for them, send it my way. I want to know.
Send your names to your old Captain Pat.
I'm not a captain anymore. Can't make that joke. Still a touchy subject, we I digress. So anyway, getting some of these things out of the way because it's the new year. Happening list. We are nominated in a bunch of categories for Wing Madness is a foodie event. We're nominated for our show for being a social media personality.
Okay, let's go.
And we're nominated for the Tailgate Classic for outdoor event.
Oh, that was a good event.
It was, but we just don't have all the votes. However,
everybody go out and vote.
However, the one that we are winning, as I last checked at some point last week, is Wing Madness, which we haven't done since 2019.
So we are bringing it back?
And we are bringing it back. It is next month, March 26th. It is a Saturday. It is at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It'll be here at the Jenkintown VFW. Sign-ups are going on now. How do you sign up? Message us. Let us know. Talk to us. Leave us something.
We have Facebook accounts. Just
I'll be setting up. I'm going to be getting like sign-up sheets.
In our DMs.
Yeah, slide into the DMs. Just slide on in there.
Slide on in. But I'm winning the belt.
You're going for the belt?
I'm going to win it again, and I'm never going to give it up.
Okay. What are you going to be like Bret Hart? I got the belt. Now I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what. See now.
Wait, what are you going to go all Vince McMahon on me and ring the bell?
Now see. Here's the thing. That last little ding that you just heard is our streaming is like disconnecting, reconnecting. I have no idea why, but because I'm recording, we should be good.
Okay.
All right. So, again, we apologize to anybody that's on Facebook trying to watch the show and it's whatever. But yeah, so Wing Madness and the Happening List. Get on it, pay attention, get us our votes, get us a win, and we'll just keep on going. Celebrity deaths. Obviously, this is obviously the big topic. I mean, because we were what, like 5 to 10 days into the new year, and you lost Betty White, you lost Bob Saget. The Bob Saget one is coming back around because the autopsy came out.
Yeah.
Just for like a head wound, even though when
brain bleed,
for a brain bleed, and it's like even though they said he just smacked his head or whatever, like if you read it,
scary.
Like, but did you read like all the stuff about it? Like he had like a cranial fracture at the base of his skull.
Oh, really?
Both his eye orbitals were broken. It was like it's like how like.
And they said
No alcohol, no
Yeah,
drugs.
Exactly, yeah, which is bizarre.
So at first when they said he hit his head, I was like, what did he hit his head on? Like the headboard or something? He's
It
just
had
like,
to be more than that.
but everything started was like showing up fractured. It's like, Jesus Christ, did you fall down steps?
That's bizarre.
Yeah, it's very
It's a shame.
It's very sad, but that's I would say that's like, for me it's sad, but for like you're probably like sitting there going, did I have him in my death pool?
No.
All you people making money.
We don't have it right now.
You don't have what? The death pool?
Yeah,
Why?
it's on hiatus because of the COVID outbreak.
Oh, and he had COVID, by the way, too.
Yeah,
so he died of
because
COVID.
of the COVID outbreak. They put it on hiatus. I think it starts back up in March, I believe.
So for the last 2 years, it's been on hiatus.
No, 2 months.
But why 2 months for COVID?
Because we just had the big outbreak.
Because the Omicron, we were saying, everybody ended up getting COVID. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in the beginning they put it on hiatus too. 2 years ago they put it on hiatus for a couple months.
Interesting. Did not know that. Well, cheers to you. I hope somebody dies to get you money.
I did win with $3,000 the one time.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Why don't I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Who died?
I forget. It was 2 years ago.
Was it Chadwick Boseman for
That's
you?
how I paid off my car with that.
There you go. That's good. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
Being able to pay off bills and all that nonsense.
I think I won $3,500 and my car was $33 to pay off, and here you go, done.
Nice. Very, very nice. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of the day. I will give you 3 talking points, 3 sports. You choose where we want to go. The reason I'm saying 3 is because, as much as it pains me, I have nothing to say about hockey. I have nothing to say about
the
Flyers.
funeral of the Flyers.
I don't want to get into it.
They are dead?
I know you got your Avalanche shirt on.
Let's go. All we do is win, win, win.
So I'm not talking hockey. There's nothing fun to talk about for me.
They sucked again yesterday.
I know it is what it is. So your 3 sports. You can do the clearly obvious one, which is the NFL, because it's Super Bowl Sunday.
All right.
We have baseball,
All
which
right.
obviously is not a lot to talk about. But there's
baseball right now then.
Okay, so we're still in the lockout.
Yes, and it doesn't seem like it's going. It seems like it's getting further apart at this point. But they brought in the universal DH.
Yes. So that the 2 talking points on that for me. Last I read was the commissioners believe that the owners had an offer on the table, and they thought that the Players Association, everybody would get together like, okay, we're real close and we're going to come back.
It was not.
I know. To me, it looks like spring training is going to take a major hit, but I think they'll still be able to start on time.
If you got to get this going by at least March.
My prediction right now, if we're still in a lockout by, I'll be generous. If we're still in a lockout by the 7th of March, that gives you a full week into March.
Right.
Then I think we have significant problems where the season won't begin until probably mid to end of April. And it'll be like reliving when COVID started and everything shut down. You had to. That's my prediction. I would like to, because the season normally begins the last 2 days of March. It's always like a weird thing, but
usually beginning of April and end of March.
Yeah. So right now, because tomorrow is Valentine's Day. This is normally pitchers and catchers.
Catchers usually start.
So that's
they're usually taking the buses down from
right. That's why I'm saying it's like I think your spring training will take a significant hit if and when they get everything started.
Yeah.
I think it'll just be a formality to get everybody warmed up, stretched out, feel your whatever, and then they're just going to go right into the season. However, I also think your first month of baseball will end up being garbage baseball.
It is what it's baseball.
No, I understand.
These guys play this forever, so I think it'll be fine.
I'm just like I said.
When they play spring training, it's still goofy in the beginning. So
true. But I just think it's one of those scenarios where It's not like because remember when NHL had the lockout years ago,
Yeah.
and then they came back. Like that was great. It was like every game was a playoff game.
NBA had that too.
Right. With baseball, because there's so many games, you'll never see that type of.
Yeah, it was very intense for those kind of like it was like 40-game season. Every game meant something.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah.
So there's that, and then obviously you mentioned the universal DH. Now, this has always been a very. I don't want to say it's a hot topic, but there's definitely a clear, defined line of who you are as a fan. That because there are people that are 100% in favor, and there are people that are 100% against.
I'm 50-50.
Are you?
Yeah. Matters who our DHs.
Right.
It's looking like Hoskins right now, but you have to get a good first baseman. So it matters like when the season starts, who are we going to pick up in free agency?
Like for example, if my dad was still around, he would be tearing them apart. Like this, like in his words, I guarantee it would be like, this is bullshit. This is not how you play the sport.
He did not like the DH.
He didn't like the DH. He didn't like the reviews of home runs and challenge. He didn't care for any of that.
Right.
And I agree with him to an extent. I think having a DH, like I'm kind of like with you. I'm 50-50. I see it on both sides. But I
don't
think
want to see a pitcher hit because it's so useless.
But I think but again, that's another factor to the game.
It is
because 9 times out of
anymore.
Because 9 times out of 10, it's like you got your pitcher coming up. It's like cool.
But that's all I know out sometimes.
Exactly, and that's like the strategy of the game. That's what I'm saying. It changes. If it's America's pastime, you're changing like the entire dynamic of how the game is supposed to be played. Because now you're going to have a designated hitter, which guaranteed because now you're going to see guys that's like, oh, they need a day of rest, but you can still hit. Like you're not going to be out in the field, but Harper, here you're going to be the DH today. Hoskins, you're the DH today. You're going to like whatever, and you'll still be able to see your players out there. But I just think it takes because another thing is when you have pitching, there is the strategy of lefty to righty, righty to lefty, trying to scramble this. And then, I just feel like I feel like it's going to be weird, but I don't hate it. I know that I sound like a hypocrite, but it's going to be weird, but I don't hate it.
I'm on board with that. I don't know how I really feel about the DH.
Right. And obviously half of the fans of MLB love it because half of them already have a DH because they're in the American League.
Yes, yeah, true.
So it is what it is. It's just the National League that are fans that are going to say, yeah, I'm all on board, or no, I don't like it. This is bullshit. I will say, and I think everybody should get on board with this, that if you're going to do the universal DH, that's fine. But come on, let's stop pandering to the West Coast. I don't want to have a Phillies game on the West Coast aired at 10 o'clock at night.
I like it on a weekend.
On a weekend is fine.
Weekend's great.
But on a Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday sucks. Yeah.
Can we get on board? It's stop catering to the West Coast.
Do the West Coast games on the weekends.
Exactly. I digress. That's me on my soapbox about how baseball is run. Have you heard any more? I know you said it doesn't sound like a deal's coming.
Yeah, it sounded like it just all fizzled.
That's a shame. And since we are talking about baseball, obviously one of the things that came out was we can have commercials.
Yeah.
I have a thing that we don't have to have commercials. We could just take a quick break if you want.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay. All right, then let's wrap up our
baseball cocktails for.
Okay. You could have just asked me. You didn't have to text me. We're sitting across from each other.
Well, I didn't want to be that guy.
All you had to say is yeah, we need to take a quick break. Okay, sure, we'll take a quick break. But with baseball was Hall of Fame.
Yes.
And big scandal with that, shocking, is your HGH guys didn't get in.
And they're not going to get in.
And now they're off the ballot.
10 years off.
And
it's not 15 years anymore.
And then the thing that I find the most fucked up was then what was it, Tim, that told us days after, they're like, oh yeah, by the way, they're not testing. They're not doing it's like
Well, right now because of the
right, and
yeah.
it's just like how does that happen?
Well,
like,
the
what?
Giants were talking about signing Bonds to a one-day contract. So
Was that real?
Yeah, yeah.
Just to get him back on the ballot,
restart the. So he would still have to wait 5 years to go back on the ballot, though.
right? But just to restart it.
Yeah, yeah.
I did hear that, but I just thought people were just joking about it.
Definitely a thing.
Because and at the same time, those guys are the ones that saved baseball.
Absolutely.
They brought it back, like
absolutely.
Because like
that summer of '99, right there with Sosa and McGuire.
We're sitting here talking about them in a lockout and doing the DH and changing the game and this, that, and the other thing. I mean, baseball as a whole, I've said for years, why is it still called America's pastime? Everybody is basically on board for football, and that's it. Like, football's America's pastime in my mind at this point. But, like, you had the decline. You had, what was it? The year without baseball was 94, 95, something
well, 94, they had half the year.
Half the year.
Yeah.
So it's like all of a sudden it's like there's
from
too much.
94 to like 99, it was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Attendance was down until that summer of '99.
So anyway, I digress. We'll finish up our baseball talk. You want to take a quick break?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It'll be silent for a little bit, but we'll be right back. Don't mind the timer countdown. We'll just come back when we're ready. All right. So bear with us, and we'll be right back. All right. Thank you, everybody, for bearing with us for that tiny little commercial break. Even though we still have another, I have it set for a 15-minute commercial break so that we could do these things, get drinks, go to the bathroom, whatever. I just couldn't find my actual commercial where I have all the ads and stuff.
Yeah, because I know you used to have the commercial.
Yeah,
shenanigans.
Yeah, I just don't remember what happened to it. I was looking for it while you were using the facilities.
Yes.
But I couldn't find it. But that's okay. So we are back. It is the Booja Pat Show. Give us a call, 721-815-0667. Like us on Facebook, share us on Facebook, whatever. Tell your friends. We love everybody. We need some top fans. We haven't had that in a while.
True. Yeah.
All right. Now, balls in your hands. What are you taking?
Basketball.
Oh, what happened in the basketball world? I don't think anything interesting happened.
The beard is in Philadelphia finally.
So the Ben Simmons drama has finally come to an end.
Thank God.
Now, how accurate was Morey in what he told us from the beginning? Get ready. It's going to be a long ride. We're going to see what happens by the trade deadline. And all of us were like, that's kind of bullshit. Here we were.
I knew we were going to have Harden eventually.
Did you?
The reason we didn't get Harden from the Rockets last year, because Morey came from the Rockets and they did not want to trade it to Morey.
Wouldn't they also have to have given up a lot and paid a lot more for it?
We probably would have had to give up a Maxey and Thibault for all that shit for the Rockets. So I think we had a little bit better deal this time around.
Yeah. Now there are people out there that disagree. I believe
Seth Curry, who has not played as well this year, who's been hurt. Drummond, who's a 10-minute player guy, who's a backup center. And Simmons, who hasn't even played. And draft picks that are going to be 25, 26.
Now, I think listener Tim said it best in our group chat, where it's when people were saying that we gave up too much and this was this will go down the history as the worst thing that Morey's ever done, that this is the worst trade, whatever. Tim said it best. It's yeah, it seems like we gave up a lot, but you need to take the Ben Simmons name out of that. That means something. He hasn't played for us.
He hasn't played all year.
So it's not like we're missing anything.
And we're still in a good position in the East right now. So.
Yeah. I mean, I always know when I'm at work and I miss something big because, we're trade deadlines here.
Oh,
I'm
at
work
awake all day watching all that shit. I was the first one that break the news.
I was at work. I'm going about my day. Everybody's talking maybe this will happen. Maybe we'll get this done. Who do you think will give up? What do you think? This, that, whatever. Excuse me. I was walking. I finished up the one loop that I had to do for work, and then I was like, all right, let me take my lunch break. And then I looked at my phone, and I had 37 missed text messages, and I said, well, something happened with Ben Simmons, I guarantee you.
And who was the first one? I'm like, Harden deal done. And I think Rich Helm was the next one that messaged oh shit, really? I'm like, yep, I'm watching the freaking Woj announcement right now.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I yelled. Casey's like, what just happened? Is everything all right? I'm like, we got Harden.
Yeah,
I was very excited.
It's very exciting. It's an exciting time to be in Philadelphia. Now, and then I think it was either late yesterday or this morning, he cleared his physical.
He passed the physical, so his BMI is all right.
Yeah, that hamstring, man. Ooh, watch out. But no, you have your Stephen A's. Oh, dear friend. Talking about that this is the worst thing that they could have ever done.
Stop listening to all these idiots. This guy is averaging a triple-double on a freaking terrible team right now.
Yep. And because I know that there's been numerous times when you and I talk about on this show, in the history of this show, where you've given me a hard time being you're such a goddamn Debbie Downer. You're always trying to find negatives, which is true because I'm trying to find ways to communicate. The first thing that came to my mind about this and hearing oh, this is a horrible trade, and I was like, I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think it's bad at all.
But then in my head I went, oh, it is Philly, and we are known to always get the wrong brother.
There's no Harden brothers out
there.
No.
I know, but I taking that mentality of we always like we think it's good, and then it like screws us over. Like with we were just talking about
Bynum.
this. That's it. Thank
Yeah.
you, Andrew Bynum. It's like we were all hyped about that. We liked that, and then he never played one game.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Harden is at least he's MVP and
correct,
yeah.
and that's what brought me back out of that negativity because I thought this. I was like, it's like maybe there's something to this hamstring. Maybe there's an issue.
And they're like, oh, this is 2 years in a row that Harden is trying to get out of a team. He didn't want to be there. He wanted to be here.
Yeah.
The whole time he wanted to be here. He's going to resurrect the red light district in Philadelphia, Columbus Boulevard, Risque, and whatever. Tattletale.
Does he end up like somehow in some weird way become friends with like best friends with the Midnight Mayor?
Oh, probably. Yeah. I mean, they had a party for James Harden at a strip club on Friday.
Oh, I forgot to look that up. Did I show you that? Did you find that picture I told you about?
Which one?
With the stripper for James Harden?
No.
I should have looked that up. That's my bad. It's a picture of like a stripper in front of a pole or whatever, legs spread, and then like a sign or a basketball or something says "Welcome to Philly, Harden" or whatever. It was like a thing. I was like,
he loves the strip clubs.
It was one of those things. I was staring. I was like, what the?
Houston strip clubs have gone down since he left Houston.
But so on the other side of that, because I did make like everybody's when we were in our group chat, everybody was like, "Oh, this is great! Like this is amazing! What did we give up? How do we do this?" And then there was like a lull, and then I threw it out there. How much longer does the "I'm not mentally ready to play yet" does that take, or is it gone? Like whatever. His agent came out and said, "Oh, we got we're taking a step in the right direction. We got a lot of work to do, but we're getting there." It's like
Ben Simmons made a joke out of mental health awareness.
Yes.
He just did not want to play here.
And I said this to you last night.
Perfectly fine. He could play here. He just did not want to play here. And he said he just made a whole mockery of this whole thing that everybody's been going through.
If I said this was if you're not a basketball fan, okay? Like Danielle, she doesn't watch basketball. It's not her sport. She doesn't care. I try to watch the Sixers when I can, but mainly it's Frozen at my house.
Okay.
Frozen, or now we're into Despicable Me.
Oh, like basketball was just Frozen.
No. That'd be cool though.
Like, check your Comcast.
No, but like my son ends up getting his way for everything, and it's just easier that way.
Well, eventually he'll watch basketball.
Eventually, we will get there. We will get there. But in the meantime, but she's not a basketball fan, and that's fine. And there's tons of people across the nation, guys, girls, whatever, kids, older people. Like it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a basketball fan to hate Ben Simmons because, as you said, made a mockery of mental health.
Yeah.
Like did not bring awareness to it, just made a joke out of it.
Just made a joke out of
it. And then even if that doesn't directly affect you as not a basketball fan, he lost $20 million.
Yeah.
Like that because he didn't want to play.
And he didn't even have that money.
And
so
he's like
taking these loans out there.
Whatever. Don't care. So like average Joe that doesn't watch sports hears that, it's like, man, that guy's a fucking dick. It's like you have that kind of money and you're just like, nah, fuck it, I don't want it.
Yeah.
That's when you have the conversation
and I
with
like Ben Simmons.
And that's when you have that conversation with like the average working person, you, me, whoever. It's like, I'll go play for like $1,000 a game. Like you don't have to pay me like $20 million. Like I'll just go out there. Like you want me to play? You want me to play your game for $1 million for the entire time that my career exists?
Follow through right now. I'm ready to go hit threes.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of Ben Simmons, where's your jersey?
I was going to bring it. I forgot it.
We're gonna do the burning party.
We're going to do the burn.
Plus, it's nice outside. You could burn it and just throw it right in the snow.
Should have burnt this place down when I had a chance.
Yeah. Again,
and Harden's coming on with a team with Embiid that is the MVP. Embiid had a triple-double last night with 40 points.
Yeah.
Embiid's just been ridiculous this year. And bringing in Harden, who's a sharpshooter, who are you going to double team now? You can't double team everybody.
I was saying this to I think Rich and I were talking about this after work the other day. It's like, like poor Durant. He's up there. He's like, "What the hell happened to my super team? This guy doesn't want to get vaccinated, so he can't play home games." He's like, "This little crybaby hasn't played all season, and we don't even know if he's going to." It's like your whole super team blew up.
Oh yeah, it's the worst big three that's ever happened. And they said that. I was watching the Sports Center the other day. It's the worst big three that's ever been assembled.
Wow. Okay. Well,
Embiid and Harden are going to be great because Embiid gets double teamed. What's he going to do? Kick it out to Harden. 3-pointer. Harden gets double teamed. What's he going to do? Kick it down to Embiid. Slam dunk.
So
those both get double teamed. What are they going to do? Kick out the Booch. 3.
Kobe. But in all reality, what do you think the timeline is for Simmons to start playing again?
I think he'll be playing this week.
Yeah, you think it's just like it's a Philly thing, and that's why it's a joke.
Yep. He'll be playing this week.
And then,
I can't wait for Harden Tuesday.
I was gonna say, and then you have
ringing the bell.
The Nets are coming when? They're coming
March 10th.
He's not making that.
He's not going to be in the state.
I was gonna say he's not coming.
Yeah, he's not going to be here.
Even if he doesn't play in the game, he's not gonna sit on the bench and have people boo him.
Dude,
they probably throw shit at him.
That dude's a little bitch. He will not even be in the state.
Is that why you're being such a bitch?
He will be sitting in Brooklyn eating Sparrow pizza.
you and the Mike Scott stuff. I swear. Now here's an actual legitimate question that I want to toss out there, and I want to get everybody's opinion. If Ben Simmons does not play, if Ben Simmons goes to, obviously he's with the Nets, but he's there, how much time do you, as the Nets, as the fans, sit there and go, all right, how much time are you giving him till he has to start playing? And if he doesn't, does the league finally and not the league? They're not going to suspend him. But what I'm saying is does the league around the league, the fans, the players, the coaches, you're talking heads, Shaq, all those guys. Is that when they start saying, all right, clearly this kid doesn't want to play basketball. He just wants to be
a guy.
He just wants to be like a social media
a Kardashian follower.
Exactly. Yeah. Because
he will be playing though.
You think he will?
Yeah, I think this week.
Because you were saying yesterday that Simmons landed in the right market.
Yeah, they don't care about
they don't care.
Yeah, it's not the Knicks. He's not playing Madison Square Garden. He's playing Brooklyn.
Yeah,
where it's all these people, these high-paid players, high-paid people that had friggin' season tickets there. They don't give a fuck. Jay-Z owned it. It's just a corporation there.
Mm-hmm.
They're not real fans in Brooklyn.
I am interested in seeing if and when he starts playing.
And Harden knows he's coming to a basketball town.
Yeah.
This is a basketball town. It's a football town. It's a sports town. But we do love our hoops here.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for you to say, out of any sport that's played in that Wells Fargo Center, yeah, it's Sixers.
Oh, is there another team there? I feel like Undertaker buried them under six.
No, I'm excited twofold. I am really excited to see Harden come down here and play next to Embiid out. I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Think about that first game.
Well, because we were talking
that first game in the center when Harden's there.
Yeah,
that place is going to be jumping.
I think
that place is going to be ridiculous.
Well, obviously it's going to be ridiculous, but I mean, you'll probably get a bigger pop and reaction than you did when Triple H was there. And that was huge. That was what?
He's going to come out, ring the bell. The place is going to go crazy. It's probably going to be a TNT game. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be nuts. I can't wait. I love it.
But I think it'll be fun to. I want to see them play. And like I said,
Harden. I didn't mean to cut you off. Harden trade is the best thing since we signed Harper in Philadelphia.
The best thing since Harper. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was trying to I know there was a little bit of dead air there for a second, but I was trying to think in my head. I'm like, I can't think of anything that comes to mind.
We love these stories. We love when big splashes happen in Philadelphia because that's why we're here to talk about this shit.
Now,
gives us something to talk about.
Now, didn't you throw it out there when this trade happened? Like, I don't know how truthful you were in this, but I mean, it's plausible that you see him come to Philly. Now you got these two guys. It's like, how many other people in the league are like,
oh yeah,
I want to go to Philly.
All the
I
buyout
want
guys,
to go to Philly now.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to have all these buyout people over the next week. Philadelphia's going to be a place to go.
It's weird to think that because, like, I remember, like, we're going back.
The process is over. Yeah. It's time to win. It's time to win. Playtime's over.
Yeah, I remember, like, it was like, oh shoot, probably like at this point, like 10 years ago or whatever, when like LeBron had his "I'm taking my talents to South Beach," whenever that episode was. Yeah. And I remember back then when we were sitting there going, man, like, talk about a super team. And we were talking about how, like, ridiculous it is. Like, you're organizing this, you're planning this. You basically bought your championship. You didn't earn it, but it's like, man, like, you guys are disgusting. And then they went and did it, like, all over the place. Like, then it became like a normal thing. Philly never did it, and now it's just kind of looks like it's about to happen to Philly, not because we tried. You know what I mean?
This is the best thing that happened to Tobias.
Okay.
Tobias went from having to be the number 2 scorer, now he has to be the number 3. Takes a little pressure off him now.
Yeah.
So he can be that 18-point scorer, get the boards, do whatever, and we don't have to focus on him because we have Harden and we have Embiid, and we're going to win games.
Right. Boop. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
I can't wait.
And they said everybody was saying the earliest Harden would play is this Tuesday.
I think it's Tuesday against the Celtics.
Okay. And that's in Boston?
I don't know if it's in Boston or Philadelphia.
Okay. You're hoping it's in Philly so that he can ring the bell.
I think it is in Philly, though.
Oh, it is?
I think.
Well, you look that up. We'll while you do that, we will throw out our information. And we have... Where are we? Give us a call, 724-815-0667. That is the Booch and Pat Show hotline. You can follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, which we've never done Twitch yet. We still have to get on that.
It's in Philadelphia.
Oh, okay. And as always, you can follow us on the iHeartRadio app. Just go on your smart device and say, play the Booch and Pat Show. And there you are. We're on the iHeartRadio.
There we go.
So there's nothing really much more that you wanted to dive into there with...
I can talk about Harden all day, but we can do that offline.
Yeah, we could do that later. So let's shift gears here and finish off our show today with all of the discussions that need to be had about the NFL season, playoffs, and now today being Super Bowl 56.
Okay.
A lot of things. First of all, let's commend the Eagles. They did it. They went to the playoffs. They went to the playoffs. It didn't look like it was going to happen.
2-5.
Yeah. So they wrapped up the season. It wasn't as good as we hoped, but it was better.
Hey, you lost to Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
A retired Hall of Famer now, but yes.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it looked good. You know.
They ran the ball, which we haven't seen in a long time, so that was fun.
Yeah. And then speaking, like you said, retired Hall of Famer, like end of an era, man. Like this is it. Like you had both Mannings gone, Rivers left, Drew Brees is gone,
Roethlisberger's out.
Roethlisberger and Tom Brady are now retired. Like it is like I don't know if it affects you, like because when we talk about it, it's one thing. But when I saw like a meme and it had like all of the pictures and the names and then like the year that they retired, it was one of those things I stared at and I was just like, wow. Like this goes back to when I was like a kid.
No, like 2003. For most of them.
But 2000, no, before 2003. Peyton Manning?
99, 98.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, with all of their faces and the dates on there, like, you're talking about this era of a quarterback.
Yeah.
Goes back to when I was, like, 14, 15 years old. It's like, wow, I'm not you. I'm not pushing 40, but I'm close to 40. It's one of those things where it's like, wow. Like, I don't know. For me, it's just it's like a crazy way of thinking. It's like
the way football goes, you gotta keep on circulating.
No, I know, but like when you finally hit that age when you're older than the players, like that's like
I've been there for a while.
No, but I know, but I'm saying like when
you're there now, so.
But I'm saying when you're that age, and it's like, oh wait, how old's this kid? I'm like, oh my god, I'm older than the people I used to like watch on TV and like idolize. That's like a weird surreal moment. So for me, like that was a surreal moment. It's like, wow, like these are like the best quarterbacks that I know because they've been playing like my entire
right.
Almost like not my entire life, but like
but at least
a good
close to your adulthood too.
That's what I'm saying. So like for me, it was like, wow, this must be like what it was for like our parents or our grandparents when they were watching football. And it's like, all right, let's see what these new kids can do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
and I feel like players stick around a little bit longer than they used to too, because these guys were around for like 15 years. Brady, 22 years.
Yeah,
crazy.
Hours back to before you carried the mail. Goes back to before you carried the mail. I'm not really sure what that's in reference to. That's from Sean Reinzel.
Okay.
But thanks for commenting. You know, keep the comments coming.
The comments
we'll enjoy. But yeah, so you have those guys all retire, so that'll be interesting. Gronk's talking about leaving Tampa and still playing, which I think is also weird because he did retire, come out of retirement for Brady. It's like, why wouldn't like just?
He wants to keep on going.
I guess. Trying to get those rings. But yeah, for the most part, like football like the football playoffs were pretty
they were fantastic. Every game was almost fantastic.
That one weekend, everything was a field goal.
The divisional round was all within 6 points.
Insane.
Yeah.
Best football.
Great weekend.
Worst part about it?
What's that?
I said worst part about it?
Yeah.
I saw 2 games.
Oh, I saw it all.
I'm aware. Everybody, like, I'm seeing the text and everything. I'm like, cool. Yeah, let it go. Let it go. Yeah, I get it, man.
I think I was up here for most of it, too. Yeah, it was a great weekend.
I think I was able to watch both Sunday games that weekend.
Which were great, too.
Yeah. But, yeah, a lot of good football.
A good game, too.
I'm hopeful. You got your Simpsons meme out there projecting that the
34-31 Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
I want the Bengals to win.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I'm a Burrow guy.
So I too want the Bengals to win. At the end of the day, I'm gonna steal your line. At the end of the day, I just want everybody to have fun.
I just want everybody to have fun and be healthy at the end of the game. All right. Just be good. Just be safe.
But in all reality, I have no stake in the game. It does not.
We have stakes.
Well, no. Like I care about my block pools and my numbers and stuff. Yeah, I'll take one, please.
I'm good right now. Yeah, thank you.
Like I care about my money that I could potentially win today. I care about all that stuff. But it doesn't like if I win, it's like cool. I didn't care that the Rams won the Super Bowl or the Bengals. Like you know what I mean? But I will say I am happy no matter who wins because I'll be happy for the quarterback. Like it is a win-win situation for I mean, obviously, if you lose, you're not. It is what it is. But like, whatever team wins, it's going to be a great story for the quarterback.
Stafford deserves it because he had to deal with Detroit for the last 10, 12 years, whatever.
Yeah.
But Joe Burrow, that's a
hell of a Cinderella story right there.
I like that kid.
Not just him, but like the idea of like what the Bengals have done, what's going on.
He's a winner. Everywhere he goes, he wins.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, and the one thing that like even as I say this right now, I still really don't believe that it's true. Is that they broke the news that when he was going to the Super Bowl, if the Bengals win, Joe Burrow would be the very first quarterback in the history of the NFL to win national championship, a Heisman, and then a Super Bowl. And then
a high school championship.
And I was going to say, then you told me about the high school championship.
Yeah.
And I just stared at it. And I was like, there's no way that's true. Like, we're at Super Bowl 56. You're telling me in 56 years of, like, Super Bowl football, not like, because, like, football was played, but I'm just saying, it's never happened?
Well, Johnny Manziel didn't do it. Tebow didn't do it.
Yeah, but
Reggie
like
Bush didn't do it.
But I'm throwing it I'm talking. We're talking quarterbacks. I'm sitting there like I'm scratching my head. I'm like Joe Montana never like. I'm like
No.
I was like, man, this is weird, so weird. So like if he wins, that's awesome. And then like the one thing that you keep bringing up that you love is getting carried off the field
By the same guy he did at LSU.
which is awesome. Like, I mean, there's just so much stuff that no matter how you look at it,
And then,
it's going to be a great day.
and you also have an awesome halftime show. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, so there. I know your sister hates this,
She doesn't like rap.
but it's not. How do I? Okay, yeah, it's rap, but it's like it's our rap. This is what we grew up
Yeah,
with. Like
exactly.
this is late '90s, early 2000s. Like that's these guys. Like Snoop Dogg, that's early '90s.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
I'm saying, I was like, I said to, I think I said this to your sister. I was like, you know, I don't know what the issue is. And then somebody else chimed in. They're like, oh, well, I don't care for it. I'm like, look, you pump the brakes. I'm like, I'm not trying to like make you guys feel old, but for the last 56 years, you guys got to watch your bands on
Yeah.
TV.
Oh, yeah.
You got to see your Aerosmiths, your U2s, your like
Paul
what?
McCartney.
Yeah, like you
Yeah,
saw all that
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
For me, growing up, that was like, yeah, it's nice.
I'm excited for this.
Like Casey, you had your NSYNC and Britney Spears and Nelly. Like, this is something I finally get to enjoy. I mean, I don't really care for Mary J. Blige, but I'm interested in Eminem, Dre, Snoop,
Kendrick Lamar, but
Kendrick Lamar. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just mainly interested in those three.
he's the newer guy that I really don't know too much about. But
Yeah. But I think it'll be good. And then of course, as always, every year you have the crazy Super Bowl commercials that'll come out. And I assume if he's watching and listening, which he better be, is our social media director, executive vice president, whatever, Helm. Hopefully today through tomorrow, he will be sharing on our Facebook page and our stuff, commercials that aired or whatever. Because there are people that are, I'm just in it for the commercials. I'm just in it for the halftime show. Bitch, I'm just in it for the money. Like, I want to eat some wings or pizza, have some beers, have a good time, and then regret my life decisions when I go to work tomorrow. You know what I mean? And hopefully, fingers crossed, we win some big money. Because the one pool that we're both in, you're in that, right? You're in Gallows?
yeah, oh yeah,
It's like that pays out every score change. Like
yeah,
that.
6-0,
Whoop.
6-0.
Oh, you did tell me that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good number.
that's a good number.
6-0.
Your sister and I have a good block. We have 7-3.
Yeah, me and Matty Ice.
Oh, you guys are splitting a block?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have two. I have one with your sister, one by myself. Because I had to, because it's really difficult to get in his block pool.
It is, yeah.
And
I've been in since the beginning.
so have I. Like your sister and I always had one, and I had one on my own.
I've always
But-
had one on my own.
But then I think when he raised the prices, I guess maybe that's when I bailed and said, I'm gonna get rid of this. Maybe I'll get back in later.
I stayed in.
Yeah.
Just kept my 62 block.
So the one pool that like the one that we do here through, I don't want to say people's names,
Yeah,
but
yeah, no, I gotcha.
Me and like the five of us that we
Yeah.
have our block. I do all the collecting for the guys at work. Because Steve used to do it and then he retired.
Right.
He's like, "Oh, here you go, you're in charge." I'm like, "I didn't sign up for this. How is this my problem? Like, this is not me."
Yeah.
So I was like, "Whatever, I'll just do all the collecting." I did it last year, and there's this one guy that I used to work with, nice guy, but he transferred because he lives in Delaware. So I don't know if he works in the city, like down at the plant, or he transferred to get closer to home.
Right.
I don't blame him. But because he's so far away, last year he was like, "Oh, you got Cash App?" I said, "What the fuck is that?" "No, I don't have Cash App." He's like, "Well, you got to get Cash App." I'm like, "All right, fine." Got Cash App, and he sent me the money. I'm like, "Ugh." I'm like, is this a thing? Like, this is what I have to deal with? So this year, because of all of the Cash Apps, Venmos, stuff like now, because according to what Gallo was telling us, you're getting $10.99 for transactions more than $600
Oh, yeah.
for the year.
Yeah.
So like And if he was here, if he called in, that would be its own story about how it's bullshit because like Ticketmaster's doing it, StubHub, everybody. So I was like, you just Cash App me $200. Transactions are for $6, and I had to clear it with him. He's like, no. It's only if you get the money. He's like, nobody's gonna tax you for sending it. I'm like, they might.
You never
like,
know.
because it was your money. He's like, But he ended up having. He has 4 blocks in that pool.
Yeah.
So if he wins, I have to tell him like, yo, you need to come up to Jenkintown
Get that money
and come get the money.
Yeah, collect that money.
Just send it to me.
Nope.
I'll
send it by post office.
I really don't. Yeah, I really don't want to be sending like this. Like if you hit it, it's gonna be a lot of money.
Yeah.
So, but he called me yesterday, and he's like, "Yo, kid, like here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna cancel out." I said, "What?" So we're just gonna cancel out. I said, "Okay, I hear you. But what the fuck are you talking about?"
Right.
He's like, "So down here at the plant, like they got a pool, same thing like Gallows, but I think it's $100 a block." He's like, "I'm gonna get you 2 blocks, and we'll just cancel out. So I don't have to send you 200. You don't have to send me 200." I'm like, I don't want to get in this block pool. I was like, whatever.
Yeah.
So moving forward from like next year and on, that's my new life.
I guess so.
But
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It's fine. And then speaking of the many different things that we have going on, we had a weird menu selection for today's Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got all the prices or whatever. I don't know if you guys can see that on the screen, but I'll hold that up for a few seconds. The weirdest thing on this menu, and I don't get, is why is there caramel apples and why is it so expensive? $20 for caramel.
Who knows?
Very bizarre, very weird. Anything else you want to cover for today?
I think we're good. I think we covered.
The one thing you did want to throw out there was like, speculation about the Carson Wentz.
We'll talk about that another day.
Another day. But yeah, that kind of covers the show for everything. I did, again, because we were out partying last night, I didn't get to do the weekly wrap up this week in sports, all that stuff.
That's fine.
So it is what it is, but we will manage. Probably not going to be back on next week, but we'll figure out a day because I'm trying to do it by season. So it's like, this season, next season, whatever, because that way we're not every.
Right.
So we'll figure out a time, and then we'll
be back.
figure it
We'll
out.
let you know.
And just stay tuned and keep voting. Leave us comments and everything that you got. We will see you guys all another time.
So
Enjoy the Super Bowl.